Hi, I'm Easy Rider, host of Toku Time. Now, I review a lot of tokusatsu, but I rarely get to talk about what's going on in Toku today. You ever wondered if I just stopped the whole review thing for a while and talked about Toku, games, toys, or whatever's on my mind at the moment? You don't have to, so prepare yourself to hear my innermost thoughts and watch me make an ass of myself. Looks better with color. Who uses these things? Oh, hey there, folks. Easy Rider back for another Rider Ramblings, and, yeah. My dad and my grandma recently sprang for this Amazon Kindle. Yeah, they were too cheap to go for the Fire. Don't ask me why I don't have the latest thing. This technology is new to me. You know, I understand technology making life easier, but reading a book on this little thing, and don't ask me why I still have the protective wrap on. That's their idea. I went to remove it, and they said, no, don't, you get to the screen all dirty. I swear to God, I come from a family of misers. Seriously. They'd have this thing in a museum if they could. It's a Kindle. You know what? I got some comic books on this. You know, I ran my grandmother's credit card up through the roof buying comics on this thing. No, not really, just and you know, what I found was, you know, it's just not the same. Don't get me wrong, I love having the comics right here instead of having to drive 2 hours to the comic store, and I can't even drive anyway, so what's the point? But I don't know, just zooming in on the panels, just flipping the page with buttons on the front, it's a new concept to me. I'm old, I'm going to be 31 in a few months, it's fall. I just don't get it. Now, I like holding the comic in my hand. I like flipping the pages. You know, it's nice to have the hard copy, you know, just flipping through. And also, I'm a sucker for the hardcover series. Hardcover. By the way, Wolverine and the X-Men, must read. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, also I don't mind having the soft covers too. But, I don't know why I keep #1s of the new 52. It's not like these things are going to be valuable. I mean, come on, another one. I mean, if they think this is going to be as popular #1 as the Action Comics #1, then I'm nuts. I don't know why I'm holding on to this. But anyway, technology, I don't like it. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't get it. I have enough trouble programming my iPod to work in my dad's car. Speaking of technology, let's shift gears over to Toku. I know everyone's been asking me, what did you think of the Fourze finale? What did you think of the Fourze finale? What's up with Wizard? Well, I'm going to get to that right now. Time for a rambling. Rant mode engaged. Because I ain't going to be merciful. Alright, if you weren't there for me and my boy John the Shade's Toku Riffs, which is every Sunday at 6 o'clock on Reviewtopia TV Central Time, be there. We watched the final 2 episodes of Fourze. Fourze is an up and down show for me. I'm going to come right out and say it. It has its good parts, it has its low parts, and I'm not talking low as in here. I mean, this is hitting the ground levels of low for Fourze. When you're making Decade look like a masterpiece, all bets are off. But what really irks me was the finale. I think the finale is the final nail in the coffin of me ever liking Fourze entirely. Oh my god. Just... Alright, I'll break it down for you. I like the fights, don't get me wrong. Meteor and Leo's finisher, or that fight they had, I should say, that was awesome. It's probably worth it alone just to see those two beating the shit out of each other. I mean, look at Meteor when he's all charred and right after finishing that kick. I mean, seriously, he just looked like he went 10 rounds with Terry Funk in a baseball bat covered in barbed wire. Damn! Now, I'll give them credit for that. That was a hellacious fight. That's how you finish a finisher. Or a finale, I should say. Then you got Gentaro, aka Fourze, aka the ultimate Marty Sue, who never shuts the hell up and is about friendship all the time. You know, I just want to know what the cameras are like when they're not pointed at Gentaro. I mean, he's all smiley, fist bumping and everything. Don't get me wrong, I love the fist bump. I use it all the time when I can. But when the cameras aren't at Gentaro, I bet he's like, where's my cigarettes? Call my agent. Get me a beer. What? This isn't my kind of beer. Chucking it at interns and shit like that. It would be hilarious to see that. It's kind of like the whole Christian Bale rant from a few years ago at Terminator Salvation. He just sets him off. He goes from all happy to, oh, good for you, sort of thing. I would pay money to see that actor do that off screen. Like, a real rant, by the way. Not a scripted one or anything like that. Just, alright, moving on. Finale. The finale, okay, I think the biggest thing that everyone is talking about is the death of Kengo. By the way, spoilers. If you didn't see the title at the beginning, spoilers. Just giving you a heads up. Kengo. Now, Kengo was probably one of the characters that really got development on Fourze, but then he dies, or he's going to return to his home world. He's a child of light, or he's an alien. Interesting plot twist, don't get me wrong, I like it, I thought it was really interesting, but before he's about to go back to his home world and leave the team, it's a very tear-jerking moment. I would be lying if I said I didn't cry a little bit. Then Gaimo, aka Sagittarius, boom! Right before he can leave. Kills him. He's gone. Finito. Finished. Ain't coming back. But here's the thing. He left a note telling not to hate the guy who kills him. Or he doesn't know he's going to kill him, but he says, forgive him, don't kill him, or anything like that. Okay, numeral Ichigo on this. Kengo went from a real dick in the first few episodes to accepting Gentaro 10 episodes later. I liked that. I mean, usually they wait till about 40 episodes for the dick to come around, the asshole to finally, turn into some semblance of a nice guy. They didn't do that this time. Not Kengo. No, he actually went through the most character development, and it was such a sad moment to see him die. But they don't kill Gaimo to get revenge. They forgive him. That's fine. That's a great thing to do. Then, the final minutes of the last episode. They're back where Gentaro first met Kengo, and what happens? Oh, Kengo's alive! Ah! What the hell? Then it explains Gaimo used the Aquarius. This is the biggest plot hole ever in Toku. He uses the Aquarius switch to fix the core switch, which powered Kengo, brings him back to life, everything's back to normal, he's alive. And he just acts like, I'm back. Bull crap! All that emotional build-up and you just bring your character back like that. Now, don't get me wrong. They did that in W with Philip. That actually it was explained better because it was a family giving up her life to bring back her little brother. That I can understand. That was a real heartwarming moment. That actually made sense, but no. Just bring him back. That really pissed me off. I was just about to put a fist through my computer screen after seeing that. I'm sorry. You can call me a jerk if you want, but that just really rubbed me the wrong way. All that build-up, all that emotion, and you're just gonna, plot device. Bring him back at the very last minute. Bullshit. You couldn't. They didn't do that in O's with Ankh. They imagined that he might come back one day, but they say that for Movie War. They could have done the same thing with Kengo. It's like a few years later. They're saying the new Movie War 5 years later. That would have been a perfect excuse to bring Kengo back somehow. But no, just, you know what? Alright. Numeral Nigo. This is the second thing that irks me about this finale. In Movie War Megamax, going back to the Movie War, when Gentaro lost Nadeshiko, his girlfriend, a girl he fell in love with who could inexplicably become a Kamen Rider, it was discovered that she was a life form. A created life form, this kind of auxiliary ectoplasmic goo or whatever that took the form of a human. It doesn't matter. When she died, Gentaro chased after the people who killed her, or rather turned her into a little switchy thingy, whatever. He went after them and killed them. He hunted them down, killed them. He got his revenge. Now you go to the finale of Fourze, and they don't kill the guy who killed their best friend, killed Professor Emoto, another great character who was sadly killed by Gamo, or the horoscopes or whatever. They forgive him, let him go, just make friends with him. Gentaro does that stupid... I'm sorry. He reforms him or something, but he still dies, whatever. And he doesn't kill... Gentaro is such a hypocrite. This show is a walking hypocrisy factory. You kill the guy who got your girlfriend, but you won't kill the guy who killed your best friend. What the hell? This show is made of stupid. Now, don't get me wrong, it had its awesome moments, but that finale really, really hurt the series. And I can't say I'm going to be giving that a high grade whenever I review it on Toku Time, so Fourze fans, you might want to skip that one. End of rant. Alright, anyway, no more spacemen talk for now, anyway. Let's talk about the new kid in town, Kamen Rider Wizard. Yep, we got this new kid around slinging rings, doing his best Green Lantern impression, impressing all the ladies with his magic tricks, and fighting ghouls and ghosts and demons everywhere. It's a back-to-basics Kamen Rider the way I see it, but we got this kid named Haruto stopping people from peeling off their skin, becoming new demons, and using his cool gun sword to, badow against the disposable grunts. It's pretty awesome. It's kind of like if Kuga, Kiva, and a little bit of Hibiki were put in a blender. This is the guy you'd get. Now, his costume may be a little off-putting. I don't know about the trench coat, but I don't know. It seems to work for him. I don't know. Maybe it's because Magi Ranger used capes. Maybe they should have just given that guy a cape, but what other Kamen Rider would use a cape? Okay. But even so, that guy was still a bad guy. Anyway, Kamen Rider Wizard. Now, I like how they start off with everything. A lot of people say episode 1 is rushed, but I didn't see that. I think it works to its advantage because you get everything out of the way, and you don't have any doubts or anything. It's not drug out because, hey, you can just pick up episode 1, everything you need to know, and you can just start off with the rest of the two-parters that are likely to follow, because God knows we just can't have one episode anymore. Everything has to be a two-parter. But anyway, let's do that Henshin Round-Up right now. We've got 3 fight scenes, 5 transformations, 3 rider forms, 1 body possession, 3 finishers, wall-smashing entrance, undead army, singing rider belt, motorcycle throwing, jailbreaking, hero shrinking, ring slinging, donut stashing, unicorn riding, skin peeling, bullet curving, gratuitous teleportation, gratuitous flashbacks, gratuitous pushover cops, gratuitous CGI toy promoting mythical creatures, gratuitous crystal ball usage, kung fu, pistol fu, gun sword fu, spell fu, and dragon fu. I'd give it an A+. Check it out. Interesting start to the show. It's a breath of fresh air, and it doesn't feel like a pretentious after-school special about pushing switches. Roll the episode. Kamen Rider Wizard. Because Ian McKellen was too busy doing The Hobbit to get that role, so they gave it to the other kid. You think he does birthday parties? That would be awesome to have Kamen Rider Wizard come to my birthday, do tricks. What? I'm not too old to have birthday magicians. I mean, come on. November 17th, no one's going to be there, no one's going to give me any presents. I would really like it if he came. If he could get that Fourze finale out of my head, that's real magic. That's a present. I'd take that as a present any day. Or a PlayStation Vita, because this ain't cutting it. was Kamen Rider Wizard, and woo doggy, how about a climactic ending there? I mean, my God! Wizard riding a motorcycle, riding a dragon, and they destroy a giant demon while getting inside a woman's body? I mean that metaphysically speaking, not the other, but you know, but just saying. But anyway, my God, it throws everything at you in episode 1. No need to wait around for a second part in episode 2. I don't know. It just irks me when they do that. I mean, I know they've been doing that for years now, but getting everything in episode 1 means that you don't have to hunt down a second episode, especially if you're new to Tokusatsu. You'll be like, oh man, I gotta go get the second part to see what happens. Why can't they just tell me what happens in episode 1? It's convenient. I'm not saying it's right. That all these should do that. It's convenient. And also cliffhangers, they have their place in Toku. I'm not bashing cliffhangers at all, but this was good. As I said, this was a back to basics Kamen Rider, but anyway, that cop chick, Rinko, the one Haruto slips a ring on at the end after saving her life, then she turns into an Agent Orange. Well, it looks like an Orange Lantern ring. Read the comics. But anyway, that was Miku from Chodeno episode Blue. Yuko Takayama, if I'm not mistaken, that's the actress's name. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, she got her start in episode Blue playing Miku, the girl who went back in time to see her grandma one more time after she died. Or before she died, I should say. Because she kept blowing her off until she finally died. I've already reviewed that turkey, but actually it's not a bad movie. I take that back. It's actually heartwarming, especially the end, but again, I don't want to give too much away. But yeah, it's good to see her getting more work. She actually plays the chick cop thing pretty good. She's kind of like almost a female Ichijo from Kamen Rider Kuga. Can we get a picture of that? There you go. It's kind of like those two, a cop and a Kamen Rider working together. It feels very old school-ish. But yeah, this was a pretty good episode, and wow. I love the effects in this one too. That skin crackling when the monster's about to come out. Ugh! A little early for Halloween, but ugh! Man, it was creepy. But yeah, it's about when a monster comes out. I think doing the whole Geiger aliens thing would have been a little too much, like having a hand come out of her chest. But yeah, I think that would have scared the kiddies a little too much. Hell, it would have scared me. But yeah, that was pretty good. Not a bad start to hopefully what will be a better series than Fourze. And I say that with all respect to Fourze fans. The ending just did not deliver. I'm sorry. But anyway, it's that time of the episode. Last call for alcohol. It's that time. We're winding down. Time for Easy Rider's Wisdom to the Helpless. Your comments, your emails. Yoink! Don't forget to send those in. Comment about the video down below on this video, or just email them to me, easytokurider@gmail.com. Don't forget the subject, Rider Ramblings, because I get a lot of fan mail, I get a lot of hate mail too, for many reasons, but a lot of people say, hey, you didn't read this on Rider Ramblings, etc., etc., etc. So put in the subject, Rider Ramblings, questions, comments, call me a piece of you-know-what, but anyway. Anyway, let's get to the comments. I'm only going to do a couple because I want to get back to reading my comics. Just saying. Alright, first up, El Nero Diablo asks, Easy, not sure if you answered this question before, but what did you think of Rescue Force's Captain Eiji Ishiguro, aka R5 from Tomoki Rescue Force, becoming Date Akira, Kamen Rider Birth from Kamen Rider O's, as old as it is now? Well, El Nero Diablo, by the way, that's an awesome name. I thought it was an interesting pace of character. Now, hear me out on this. Captain Eiji from Rescue Force, I don't know. He was kind of uppity, kind of hard-ass, kind of like a human version of Doggy Kruger. But when he became R5, again, just like Doggy Kruger became a Decker Ranger, he was pretty awesome, pretty interesting character. I dug it. But I think becoming Date Akira, aka Birth in this show, kind of loosened him up a little bit. Is it just me, or did he also slim down a lot for that role? I mean, he was a little chunky in Rescue Force, but then or maybe it's the facial hair, I don't know. But either way, he's a great actor, great guy. He seems very nice. And I like how he played Berth as a kind of a traveler like Edgy. Kind of a happy-go-lucky guy, wants to make money being a Kamen Rider. He's not a total douche like Ryusei or Ryu, aka Meteor and Axel. He's kind of a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. He's kind of got a blissful ignorance to him, and I think he plays that very well. I still like Goto a little more as Berth, but Akira Date, not bad, and I think he did it pretty well. Okay, one more. Actually, this one actually has a few questions for me. Ride5 Guy asks, "Hey Easy, I have not one but two or three questions, not one, not two, but three questions I want to ask." Okay, I'm gonna take these as they go. Numero Ichigo, why do you hate RJ and the Spirit Rangers from Jungle Fury? I actually thought they were pretty cool. Oh boy, I get this one a lot. Alright, Ride5 Guy, okay. RJ, whoever this guy was, I'm sure he's a phenomenal actor if he's done anything else, but RJ was a straight up Keanu Reeves copy. He talked like him, he moved like him, he even acted like him. Whoa, dude, he had that Keanu Reeves vibe that I just can't stand. I'm sorry, he's one of those, I don't know if you ever saw Nostalgia Critic's review of Airborne. He's kind of that pacifist douchebag who doesn't believe in fighting, but then he starts fighting anyway as the Wolf Ranger. He just drove me crazy. I mean, he was an interesting change of pace from Master Shafu from Geki Ranger. I'll give them that. It would have been a little typical to have the old Asian guy teach the young kids how to fight. Granted, that's been done to death, but it still works, damn it, in some places. But this just didn't work. I mean, I'm sorry. This guy just did not seem right for this role. RJ as a character may have worked, but the way the guy acted it out just. And the Spirit Rangers, I'm not a fan of people just making something just to cash in on toys. This goes back to my argument in Kamen Rider Hibiki. Armed form, bringing in so many spirit animals, making new tough armor, stuff like that. It's corporate meddling, and it didn't work in Hibiki, and it doesn't work in this. You know, it just feels a little tacked on. Maybe if the Spirit Rangers were not the teachers. I don't have a problem with the teachers per se. Well, a few gripes here and there, but the Spirit Rangers, if they kind of did what they did in Ninja Storm, have them as a rival team of Rangers, that could have worked. But it just doesn't work here. You know, it just feels rushed. It's very. Especially when they bring them in at the very end of the arc. I mean, there's no time left. I mean, okay, you capture them, you use them as Spirit Rangers to fight the guys, but then they get free and they start using it themselves. It's just lazy. I'm sorry. It's just really tacked on, lazy, and it's just a ploy to make more toys. I'm sorry, I just can't support that. Maybe if they had done something, you know, fleshed out these Rangers a little more and made them younger students, maybe Paishwa Temple survivors who went and did their own thing, that could have worked. But I'm sorry, they sucked, and I do not approve of them. I'm sorry. That's one of the reasons I despise Jungle Fury. I'm sorry. Geki Ranger is 10 times better. I'm sorry. Number 2, how come you didn't like Go-Sager? I actually thought it was an okay show. Okay. Here's my thing on Go-Sager. I don't hate it. I don't hate Go-Sager. It's just really bland, boring. The characters are bland. Their backstory is bland. Angels? Seriously? I know Christianity's huge over in Japan, but it doesn't work here. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just the actors they got just didn't work for the role. It's just they were bland. They were forgettable Rangers. I mean, none of the 5 really did anything that just stuck out in my mind, except maybe Gosei Blue High. He was the only one who was a Sea Ranger or Seik tribe, whatever. You know, and they have that backstory where he lost his partner or his buddy who was the green Go-Sager. If they had gone somewhere with that, maybe Go-Sager would have been a little better. It's just a forgettable entry in Super Sentai. The only things I really like, the mechs look pretty cool. The Gosei Knight is really awesome. Gosei Knight is like the one saving grace. I'd rewatch the whole series just for him because he is awesome. The mechs are pretty awesome. I think they did the header thing a little too much. That was kind of overkill. But the villains, oh god, the villains. Now, having different villain tribes can work. Go-Onger proved that. But not when you flip-flop from one to another. First you have the War Star. Then you switch from the land monsters to the chupacabra things or whatever the heck it was. And then you have the underwater robots. Underwater robots, I can't believe I just used those two in the same sentence. You know, it's kind of like if that group was run by Black Mana or something. But my god, it's just... The show couldn't make up its mind what it wanted to be. And Bladeron is the big bad. Oh yeah, I didn't see that coming a mile away. He's just in all three tribes. Didn't see that coming a mile away. Oh yeah, he's totally not the big bad because he has a freaking smile plastered on his face all the time. It's just... Ugh. And his final form is Barajira. Oh yeah. Hey, Sephiroth called. He wants his gimmick back. He wants to destroy the world and use, or he wants to use the Earth to ride into space, make a new world. Whatever. It's just been done, played out. Ugh. I'm sorry. I just don't think Go-Sager is that good. Okay, 3, and the last one I'm doing. How come you and the Shades like to bash on the bronies? Alright, I'm going to come out and say it right now. I was wrong about the bronies. I'm not going to bash on them anymore. I respect people's ability to like the bronies. I am sorry for what I did. I made the... Well, you know what, I'll just come out and say it. A friend of mine came to me. They said that I was really being immature. A close friend I've known for a few years now, they said that I wasn't who they remember. And they threatened... I came close to losing a dear friend. And I hope he's watching right now. So, you know, it's just... I won't do it anymore. I don't understand your fascination with My Little Pony. I don't get it. I like guy things. I like G.I. Joe. I like Transformers. I like comic books. I like Sentai stuff. I like manly stuff. That's who I am. I'm a redneck who collects guns. I don't get it. I don't get why you like ponies. If that's for gay men, I can understand why gay people like it. I know some straight people who like it. I don't get it. I don't want to get it. I just feared what I didn't understand. As one man said, do what makes you happy. You can like ponies if you want. I'm not going to complain. So, let's just bury the hatchet now. Leave it at that. I'm done bashing on bronies. Forever. So, I just want to make that clear. But anyway, that's all the time we have. Thank you for your questions. Don't forget to comment below. Send them to me by email. There's the email, subject Rider Ramblings again, to make sure it gets read on the air. But that's it. That's it. Check out Toku Time. We're not Reviewtopia anymore. We're RVT, RVTentertainment.com. We kind of renovated a little bit. We're being more sleeker, more badass, more innovative. We're kind of like the $6 Million Man, or when G3 became G3X. We're upgraded. So yeah, check that out. Check all my videos out there. Oh, don't forget, live streams, Toku Riffs, every Sunday, 7, 6 Central. Me and the Shades riff Toku. We don't bash on it. We just make fun of it. It's kind of like Mystery Science Theater. If you love Mystery Science Theater, you'll love us. So check that out. But anyway, this is Easy Rider reminding you that friends don't let friends take out transsexual donut store owners. Don't know what I'm talking about? Watch Kamen Rider Wizard episode 2. Ugh. Trust me, it'll make more sense. Alright, joke. Alright, how do you know you're staying in Yuki from Fourze's house? How do you know you're staying in her house? Well, you go into the bathroom and you call out to Yuki and say, "Hey, I got a leak in the sink." And she says, "Okay, go ahead and do it." is Easy Rider reminding you that the fan sub will never die. Take care, everyone.